Hello everyone, Tweedledumdy here, back for another episode of our deck crafting guides, and this time we'll be looking into the Northern Realms, or NR for short. I actually think that Northern Realms is arguably the faction with the most just honest-to-goodness good legendary cards. I mean, it's crazy. Whereas most factions' legendary cards would still require some deck building support or synergy with other mechanics, NR cards are really just good on their own. You'd actually think they're neutral cards, and you'll see why in a moment. Once again, let me remind everyone that this video contains my personal opinions, and we will be looking into not only the card's power level in the current meta, but also its versatility in being able to be added into various types of decks. We'll be discussing legendary cards or cards that require 800 scraps to be crafted, and the cards I will be mentioning aren't ranked in any particular order, so feel free to craft the cards you think will be most useful for you if you don't have enough scraps to craft them all. With that out of the way, let's get started. Our first card is Bloody Baron, a 10 provision 6 power unit with an order ability to reset a unit. Not only that, he also has both formation and inspired effects, making him very flexible if you find yourself in a situation where you need to play him with no reset targets in sight. He is by far the best reset card in the entire game, and the fact that he gives you options to get even more value out of his effect makes him a very good card to start including in your NR decks. Next up is Philippa Blind Fury, an 11 provision 1 power unit with a deploy ability of dealing 4 damage to an enemy unit and then dealing an additional 3, 2, and 1 damage to random enemy units. Although her ability has some randomness to it, it's actually not that uncommon to get a full 11 points of value with her, or at the very least, be able to destroy 2 enemy engine units that the opponent might have summoned with their 13 provision portal. Once again, Philippa is another NR legendary that is just good on their own and is a must card to deal with pesky units your opponent might have in play. Our next card is Fallible, an 11 provision 7 power unit with a deploy ability of dealing 3 damage to an enemy unit, and if that kills it, you get to repeat that ability for 2 damage, and so on. Unlike Philippa, Fallible does let you target the units you want to damage, and even in the worst case scenario, he is an easy 10 points for 11 provisions. Versatility and value are all present in the cards on this list, and Fallible is certainly not lacking in either department. Next up is Prinsensei, a 10 provision 4 power unit that lets you deal 4 damage to an enemy unit, or if you're willing to wait a turn or have a boost ready the same turn you play him, he duels an enemy unit instead. Prinsensei's flexibility due to his formation and inspired effects makes the 10 provisions he takes up truly worth it, and is a versatile card that can deal with many kinds of situations. Finally, we have Donna Muir, NR's Defender card. To be honest, the last card on this list was actually a very hard choice between Donna Muir and the rest of our honorable mentions, but I eventually settled for the consistent and immediate value that a defender like Donna Muir can bring. Donna Muir is a 9 provision unit with 6 power, 2 armor, and a shield who also has defender status. Like, what more can you ask for? As I've mentioned, other viewers might think some cards to be better than Donna Muir, but his consistent and immediate value as a defender is something that I think beginners might value more, not to mention his versatility in being able to be added into many types of decks. And that's it. Our top 5 NR legendary cards that I recommend beginners to craft first. Honorable mentions include Kira Metz, Vernon Roche, and Mad Kian. All the cards I've mentioned are pretty versatile and can easily be slotted into many kinds of NR decks. So, what do you guys think? Do you have other NR legendary cards that you think should have made the list? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please leave a like if you like this video, and if you want to see more, consider clicking on the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye!